Greetings, everyone. DFG here, Gideon's Flight. You see behind me I guess what we call the mighty Mississippi. Some of us, though, we call it the Nile. You know, the River Nile. That's what some of us calls it. But anyway, neither here nor there. I just wanted to take a couple of minutes, guys. And how many guys are familiar with a speech by Malcolm X? And he called the pretty much the overall message inside of the speech is about behavior between, blacks and blacks. And he tells this story, it's a slave narrative, and he talks about the house nigger and the field nigger. You guys familiar with that story? Okay, or that speech, I'm sorry. Well, I wanted to give you what I believe is a perfect example of that story, okay? And some of you guys, if you're gonna be offended because you hear the truth or someone's perspective, can we do each other or give each other the courtesy, and you just go on and cut off this video right now. Just stop right now listening and then go on to the next video. But for the rest of you guys, if you're mature enough and to listen to the rest of this narrative on house nigger, field niggers, then you want to, then stay with me. I would appreciate that as well. So either or, okay? But I'm giving you what you call that the statement of caution statement, service statement, public announcements, statement. But let me get into what I want to say, and I'm gonna be fast. But if you saw the game the other night between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns, and at the end of the game there was an incident between Myles Garrett and I want to say the guy's name is I think it's Mason Randolph, maybe the name of their quarterback. But anyway, those two get in this scuffle, and Mason grabs the face mask of Myles Garrett, and Myles Garrett grabs his face mask. I'm sorry, guys, helmets, face mask. And so, but in the pulling and the tugging, Myles Garrett for Cleveland is able to pull off the helmet from the quarterback Mason for the Steelers, and in their melee he swings the helmet and hits Mason right on the crown of his head, right up here on his head with the helmet. Now I don't know if he was aiming for his head. I think he was aiming to hit anything that he could possibly hit. They were angry. They were fighting. It's the heat of the battle at the end of the game. It's wartime. I'm sure in their mentalities. And in war, all rules are put aside. When you're in a battle with somebody, you're fighting with someone. You're not going to be thinking about, ethics. Let me not hit below the belt. I put it like this: if you're fighting with me, we ain't gonna have no ethics relationship, because I will bite you, I will scratch you, I will do whatever I have to do to make sure that you don't harm me. You follow me? Or put me in a position, of surrender. I will fight you with any means and every means that I can. And I suspect any warrior, a warrior mentality, especially if you got that Hebrew, Yah blood in you, you'll fight to the death. Peter pulled his sword. Remember when they came up on Yeshua? Peter pulled that sword out and chopped that damn ear off of that soldier, and he was not afraid. So that's how we're warriors by nature. Those of us who are in touch with our spiritual bloodline selves. All right. But anyway, let me get back to the story. So they're battling. He swings it, hits him in the head, intentionally, unintentionally. I don't know if he was aiming for his head, but that's where the helmet landed. But the point is, right after that happened, the players on the Pittsburgh Steelers team all goes over towards Garrett. They jump on him, and all of a sudden, number 53 for the Steelers, black man. Now again, if I didn't say it earlier, Mason is white, Garrett is black. All right. So Garrett is the one who hits him in the head, with the helmet when he's swinging, just this melee going on. So he hits him in the head. But what number 53 does for the Steelers, when Garrett is on the ground, not only does he jump on and start wailing on him, black guy, 53 is a black guy, he kicks him. And he's kicking Garrett and beating his ass while he's down there on that ground. Why? Because I know some of you guys say, well, that's just a whole team spirit thing. He hit his quarterback. Well, look, that's two men fighting. That's two men in an altercation. The altercation is over with. So you got a black man who goes over there and he's kicking another black man while he's on the ground. And nobody seems to want to talk about that. Nobody's bringing up that he's kicking this guy while he's on the ground, kicking him in the back, kicking him in any way he can kick him at. Now you tell me swinging a helmet hitting somebody versus somebody on the ground defenseless and you kicking him with your feet, with your legs. Big old, almost 280-pound man kicking you on the ground. Relentlessly stumping you. Matter of fact, he's stumping him on the ground. And nobody talks about that. Gary gets suspended indefinitely from the NFL. Number 53, you know, the team, he gets a team fine and gets the pat on the back. Because he, you know, after all, he took care of his quarterback. Now I'm gonna give it to you straight. He took care of his white quarterback. He was the perfect house nigga. That's right. So if you ever want to hear or see a scenario, I want you to think about that. You follow me? You got a black guy fighting with a white guy. The black guy gets the better of the white guy, and what happens? The other black guy on the team goes over there and stomps the shit out of the black guy. And it's all looked upon to say, oh, it's all about teamwork. Okay, I haven't seen any instances like that. And I've seen a lot of fights in the NFL, and I've never seen that kind of situation where a black man beats the shit out of another black man if he's fighting with a black man on that field. But then again, that's also our reality, right? Black on black crime, murder, killing each other, no patience, no love, no heart for one another. You know, it resonates through our communities all the time. So it's not the first time we saw it, but it's the first time that I saw it from a different perspective. I saw it from, oh, you know, like Malcolm said, when the master's house on fire, what does the house nigga say? We got to put that fire out. When the master is sick, he goes over and says, master, what's wrong? We sick? Are we sick, master? Whereas the field nigga, the one who's getting his ass beat, taking advantage of, tired of being at the damn bottom of everything on the economic ladder, disrespected, humiliated, laws put in place to keep him subjected and down, drugs and everything else thrown into his damn community, into his community to destroy the family, welfare programs where the man can't be at home with his wife and his children, etc., when they know he can't provide for that family based off the income independently, so he has to do the right thing, at least what he thinks is the wrong thing, but he walks away from his family under the name of, well, what can I do? You know, the children need to be fed, you know, they need housing. I can't provide these things on this income. So when you begin to look at that, to wrap this thing back up, you follow me? When you start looking at, you know, the field nigga, like I said, y'all done took advantage of me for far too long. So I want justice. If I'm, in fact, I want reparations. I want to be made whole. That's why we say no reparations, no vote. But I just wanted to give you that narrative. Go back and watch the video. You'll see it for yourself. Number 53. I think he must have been an offensive tackle, or maybe the center. I know he's a lineman. When Garrett is on the ground, this joker, this house nigga is kicking the shit out of him on the ground. Now remember, the fight is over between him and the quarterback. Referees have already broke that up. But he can't help but go out there and show his white slave masters, the owners of the NFL, what a loyal nigga he is. Bought and paid for. Nah, how you like that? DFG, talk to you later. Bye now.